Hi everyone. So in today's video I'm going to show you what my monthly expenses are living out here in Dumaguete during the lockdown. Stay tuned. Alright, so the lockdown of course has caused my expenses to be much lower than normal, and I will discuss that at the end of the video, and I'll also discuss what I normally spend. And even though it has gone down in a lot of areas, it's gone up in a couple of areas too. So I'll also discuss that. So let's go ahead and head over to the computer and I will show you my spreadsheet here. All right, so I'm going to go through this and kind of explain as I go here. So first off, we've got the rent. And the rent, of course, is 320 US dollars a month. It was actually a little bit less expensive before, but I had my landlord, the owner, put in a new split type level aircon. You guys can see it back in the corner there, up above the refrigerator. And there's my girlfriend Ging, of course, and you guys can check out her channel, Ging's Adventures. Okay, so I did agree to pay a more expensive rent at 320 US when I used to pay 270. The reason why is I had a window AC unit off in the bedroom, which is still there. I just don't use it anymore, and that thing would crank all day, and it just would not cool off the living room efficiently. So I have a fantastic landlord here, and he agreed to put one in with a little bit of a higher rent, which in the way I see it is it's going to kind of offset itself anyway with a less expensive electric bill. So we'll get to that here in just a second. So now with my rent, what is included, so you know, is cable TV, water, and internet. And the internet is fiber and it's high speed internet. So the internet is one of the reasons I can do these fantastic live streams every few days or so. And so that was a big selling point for me since I do a lot of work online, teaching, and of course doing YouTube and other few other projects that I do. So 320 for the rent is what I'm paying. Cell phones. Now, by the way, this is for two. This is for Ging and myself. This is a budget for two people. Cell phone, $20 a month. So, of course, that means you already own your cell phone. And I put about 500 pesos of load onto our cell phones each month between the two of us. I mean, 500 pesos each, which is $10 a piece. And and that enables us to go out and roam and use the data and text and call and things like that. She wants to call her family and things like that. Because when we're at home, we're on the Wi-Fi, so we don't need any kind of data plan or anything like that. We're just at home on the Wi-Fi, so really not even a need. In fact, that $20 is probably a bit exaggerated. Honestly, it's probably more like $10 a month. Electric. Now, the last month before I had this new split level type aircon, the electric was about $120 one month. Now, I haven't got the new electric bill yet, but I am guessing that it's going to go down quite a bit. I no longer run the fans. I was running 3 fans simultaneously. I was running the aircon, which is a window unit in the bedroom, and now we just run this one split level type aircon, and I run that, so I'm assuming that my electric is going to go down. I'll let you guys know on future videos, but this is an energy efficient split level type aircon. Again, if you guys didn't see it, that's what they look like. It's right above the refrigerator, and you can see an oscillating fan at the ceiling there, but I don't use that anymore. Okay, so that's electric. Gas. My stove does run off of gas, but one tank will probably last about 6 months or a year. It's not in the monthly budget right now. Water and sewer. Again, I don't pay for water. I don't pay for sewer. I don't pay for cable. Don't pay for waste removal. Maintenance, of course, I'm renting. There's no supplies or anything to go with that. So that category under housing, $440 right there. Transportation. Now, I just purchased a motorbike. I was renting on a monthly basis for 5,000 pesos a month, and I've finally said, you know what? I'm going to be here for the year. So I went out, paid cash, bought a new scooter, and I have now got rid of the 5,000 rental a month that I was paying because I've been renting for like 6 months and finally said, you know what? I'm probably locked down for most of this year, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. When the time comes where I move, I'm not even going to try to sell it. I'm just going to give it to my girlfriend's family, and they can use it and get a good usage out of it. And when we come back to visit her family, of course, it's there and we can use it, so it works out well for all parties involved. So there is no payment. Fuel, we pay about $15 a month. Fuel is pretty cheap when you're renting out, or when you're driving a scooter. Typically, I spend about $4 a week, so sometimes less, just depends. Maintenance, I put down about $20, with oil changes. I have to get an oil change at 500 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers, and also 2,000 kilometers. That's part of the warranty package that came with my new bike. I'll flash up my bike on the screen here. Not an expensive bike, it's an off-brand, but it's brand new, comes with a full warranty, and I'm going to do some upgrades on it to make it nicer. Um, okay, insurance. Health insurance I do carry. My girlfriend also has health. She has Phil Health, being Filipina. She's got her own type of insurance. Um, Now, I spend $100, and by the way, there are links down in the description. I have two links. First link is for travel and medical insurance. So if you're just coming out to the Philippines or Vietnam or anywhere in Asia or anywhere in your travels, and you want travel and medical insurance, including trip interruption and all of that jazz, then that you can quote down below. And if you want to, and you can use that as long term as well. In fact, I was using that insurance initially, and I was using that monthly. And then the same company came out with a new plan for pre-existing conditions that would include, pre-existing conditions, heart disease, diabetes. It includes COVID-19. It includes cancer. So that is included, and so I upgraded to that one. No longer do the travel medical one, but I do the full-on health insurance with the extra benefits of the cancer, COVID-19, pre-existing conditions, and I spend $100 a month. Again, you guys can quote those both down below in the description. All right, so continuing on here. So we had $35 in the transportation department, $100 for insurance, food and drink. Now that's going to be the grocery bill. We like to cook all of our food now at home with this whole COVID-19 and the lockdown. So with the lockdown, we spend about $335 a month. That is what I averaged it out to be over the last few months or so. And we like to go out to these fruit stands and vegetable stands and these little local markets, sometimes just on the side of the roads, and buy much less expensive to do that. And then what we do is we will buy our canned goods, our spices, or juice, cheeses, things like that that you can't get from the roadside, of course, in the marketplace. That comes up to $335. Dining out, there is no dine-in anymore, so that has taken away the allure of even wanting to go out and do that. So all that we do now is we do have a favorite bakery that we go to, and we go and pick up some pastries and cinnamon rolls once in a while. Take that back home because there is no dine-in at this point, and then we eat at home. Just enjoy that at home. Again, when things change, when there was dining in, we were spending a lot more in that category, and of course, then we were spending less in the food and drink category. Pets I don't have. personal care, $25 for clothing, and and really, I haven't bought anything for myself in the longest time, but this is really for Ging, my girlfriend. So, hair and nails, she does all that stuff herself. There is no gym membership available when the gyms open back up. We do both want to get a gym membership, so that will change as well. And let's go over here. Here we have entertainment. Well, guess what? Entertainment right now, hanging out with friends, maybe going over to their house, going for a joyride. We have done a little bit of hiking, went to a few different waterfalls where we enjoyed swimming. None of that had any cost whatsoever other than the gas that we spent, driving there. And so I have a subscription to Netflix and Apple TV. That is our entertainment. And again, we also go to friends' houses and we'll have dinner with them and we'll invite them over, watch movies together. We'll take the joy rides, go to waterfalls, things like that. But other than that, travel is non-existent. Again, that was an extra expense as well. But with this whole lockdown thing, we're not doing that. Loans, credit cards, I don't have any debt anymore. Those things kind of went away when I left the U.S. There is no need for credit anymore. Not here, not living in Southeast Asia. Cash is king. I do have one credit card, but I use that for emergencies only. It's got a zero balance on it, and I would recommend everybody to have at least one credit card. Use that for a plane ticket back home if an emergency comes up, medical costs if something, happens, hotels, things like that, and then just pay it off really quickly. So as you see, it came out to 1,000. Believe it or not, it actually came out to about 997. I just rounded it up to 1,000. I changed it. So $1,000 budget. That is for two of us living a pretty good life out here in Dumaguete. No complaints. I'm enjoying life. I'm not going to go into how much I send into my own personal retirement fund and savings. That's I highly recommend you guys budget for at least sending money into your 401k or retirement fund. I'm still in my 40s, 48, and I have to put that into my budget. You have to think about the future and retirement, and so I certainly do that. Of course, a lot of you guys may not need to do that. Maybe you're already living off of your 401k, or you're coming out here and living on Social Security or what have you. So, what did it cost me before this whole lockdown thing? Well, before the whole lockdown thing, really the only difference was about $350 is what I looked at. About 3-4 months worth of expenses before the lockdown. I was spending about $1,350. Again, that was with two of us. And really, the only difference is we're traveling. We'll stay at some hotels. We'll get a resort once in a while. We did go out to eat a lot more. Now, with that, a lot of costs went down. My electric was going down because I was gone a lot, so my electric was half the cost. Okay. I didn't have Apple TV, so I just had Netflix, so that went down a little bit. The dining in restaurants went up, but the grocery bill went down, so that kind of offset itself a bit. Again, other than that, that's really about it. We're looking at about pre COVID-19. It was about $1,350 a month. That's for Gang and I to live a pretty good lifestyle, traveling and enjoying things that we like to do. And also for during this whole lockdown period since March, it's about $1,000 a month. So yeah, you can live a pretty good life out here for relatively inexpensive. And again, this is for two of us. So guys, questions, comments, you feel like I missed something, please comment down below. I think I've covered it, but there's always a chance I missed something in my budget. call me out on it. That's fine. But yeah, if you guys have questions, comments, let me know. Be glad to have that discussion, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.